Hi, it's Jeanne Kelly, Credit Boss Lady, and I have on with me today, John Reidy from Prime Lending. Hi, John.
Hi, Jeannie. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good. Very good. Good to see you and talk to you again.
I
And
know, this is
glad
great.
to be here.
Awesome. I wanted to bring to the audience, because I do think that you provide such knowledge when it comes to getting those mortgages, and how important your credit is, how much more you could maybe possibly afford because of your credit, or how much money it could save you. So can you dive in as the business mortgage professional that you are, and talk to us about getting that mortgage and what it means about credit score?
Well, credit is one of the key factors in how your rate, what options you can use, for example, whether you go conventional mortgage or you go FHA mortgages because of credit. And FHA just allows more credit leniency. But even with that, plays such an important role in what kind of mortgage situation you're going to, or options you're going to have. So when somebody comes to me and their credit, I look at it and I can see that there's some things that could be enhanced. I'm always going to recommend that they try to do that. And we've had great examples of people that have had issues with credit, or seemingly issues with credit that were fixed. And some of those are what I call the hard ones. And then there's the easier ones where you look at something and somebody's new. They may not have a credit history. And you have been instrumental in getting people who are renters to utilize that payment rent history, which you never could get before. And now you're using that and giving them direction on what they can do to utilize that to enhance their scores. But credit plays such a major role in the mortgage process. And it's one of the key things that I think that people need to be aware of. It's, I say that the person that's going to have the easiest time getting a mortgage is the person who is going to present themselves in the best way, because you are presenting yourself. You're presenting your financial history, you're presenting your credit history, and you want to put your best foot forward. And it starts with all the income and stuff like that, and knowing what that is and being prepared for it. But then you have to be prepared on the other side, which is your credit side. You should have a very good idea about what your credit scores are. You should have a good idea of what your history is. But when we run it, we find things that are different sometimes, because, you have different ways of getting credit. And when I run it for a mortgage, we see practically everything there is about that person. So,
And also, yeah,
it's so important.
Yeah. And also, you just said something important about when you run credit, because that is one question I get all the time. Why did I see my score on this site? Whether there's hundreds of scores out there.
Yeah.
But when it comes to mortgages, we know that you care about the FICO score and the FICO mortgage score 245. So that's what you care about. And, that's why I'm always talking about your FICO score, because we know, most 90% of lenders are using that FICO score, and you're using the mortgage score. So yeah,
right.
It is so important. And you also mentioned regarding the rent. This is something new. I always say I have a credit toolbox, right? And what's working now could work different in 6 months from now. Think about when we met, John. How long ago was that?
Oh, it's been a long time now, let me tell you.
Yeah, but probably what I talked about 15 years ago.
15 years ago, absolutely.
Yeah. It's different than what I'm talking about today. So I'm always saying that's why I plug in to the information that I'm sharing, because I can say something different today than I will in 3 months. And
Yeah.
like this little handy dandy item in my toolbox right now that I found out about with adding rent to your credit report, that it's included in your FICO mortgage score, not the Experian one though. It is only on with Equifax and TransUnion.
Right.
We'll see if that changes. Maybe next time it will change. But in the moment it's working. And we had that example with one of your clients who had no credit, remember?
Yeah.
And, you know, it's something that definitely helped.
Yeah, and I believe the direction was to utilize the rental history because he had a good rental history for well over 2 years. That enhanced his ability to increase his score, and also to get some more credit, to get secured credit cards or just apply for credit and start to utilize that. Or in some cases, it can be enhanced by an authorized user, utilizing mom's score and her great payment history and becoming an authorized user.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it in my house, but I'm only kidding. But
you're talking about that credit toolbox. You're talking
right. It's all little things that, people, well, that's the thing. People don't understand all these things. And it's always a moving part. I mean, mortgages itself, the guidelines move all the time. There's so many times I'll get a young person saying, hey, I went to this online site, I'm approved for this. But you have to talk to me because they put that information in. So they think, well, I make $65,000 a year. Well, what they didn't tell the online application was that their base salary is $45,000 and the rest is bonus. And they've only received the bonus once in the last 2 years. So that doesn't count. So we can't utilize because you have to have a 2-year history of that bonus to be able to be used. So those are the little things that happen. But in terms of credit, people don't always know what's on their credit report, and people get afraid. But like I say to everybody, let's just get it on the table now. I have so many people that say, oh, I'm going to buy a house next year, so I'll call you. No, let's get your credit now, because let's do the things that we can do to enhance your credit now so we have time to do it, not when it's the 11th hour and you walk in with your wife and everybody's saying, oh my God, I love this house, I have to have it. Well, that's great, but you got to have everything in order too.
Yeah, that would be great. Proactive is great. And right now at annualcreditreport.com, they're giving your credit report, you can get it for free once a week until 2022. I don't know if we want it once a week, but it would not hurt your credit score when you are pulling it for yourself. And the only, okay, once a week, sometimes I'm like, well, it's not really that necessary. But you know when it is, John? Let's say they looked at the credit report and it's a balance issue and they want to lower credit card debt. And let's say they do lower, 5 credit card balances. If they go on every single week to annualcreditreport.com and check their credit report, not the score, just the report, and see, oh, okay, this account got updated, that account, now I can have John Reidy pull my credit report because I know my balances are updated because I'm checking on it weekly. So that's the beautiful thing, about being able to go to that site where it doesn't hurt your credit score. And again, you're looking at the actual reports from Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax on one site. It's just an easy way to do that. So
and I can do rapid rescore too with the credit companies that we use at I'm Lending. We're a mortgage company, and we have credit that credit companies we work with get credit scores from the 3 bureaus, and we can do a rapid rescore for somebody. If somebody wants to do it themselves, I think it's the last I checked, I think it's like $150 per bureau to try to get that rapid rescore done. I pay for that. So I can do it without them having to pay. So think about it. If you have 5 credit cards that you want to lower that balance and you need 3 bureaus times 5, that's a lot of money to be shelling. So we will do that as a part of the service we have.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. See,
Yeah.
I love these nuggets. This is why I love
Do that.
connecting and talking more often with you. So thank you for today.
Well, maybe if you came out of your house once in a while, now.
I know soon the world is opening back up. Here in New York, it's been tough with COVID, but I will venture out soon, John, and see you in
Here we
person.
go.
Until then, I'm going to have you back on soon, and we're going to continue this conversation about mortgages, what's very important, and how to make more people homeowners.
Absolutely. And I'm glad to do it and glad to help anybody any of your clients anytime.
Thanks, John. Have a
All
great
right.
day.
Thanks, Jeannie. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye now.